Bienvenidos, ahora vamos a hablar del top de Mojo Plays o Watch Mojo. En teoría, un medio especializado, entre comillas. Vamos a ver.
Notified of our latest videos. Wizards and Warriors 3 Visions of Kuros. One of the more underappreciated games on our list is the legendary third entry in the Wizards and Warriors series. A Metroidvania-type game that draws inspiration from the fantasy genre, players will take on multiple biomes, many types of enemies, and upgrade their character to different classes and types to progress in a game whose difficulty is comparable to a Souls game. Wizards and Warriors 3 introduces game mechanics that define games that are succeeding in 2024. It's also just dope as f***. Dr. Mario.
Juego muy raro para ponerlo en un top 25. Lo jugué, pero no está para el top 25. Ni siquiera para el top 30. Y es que sí, contando secuelas, franquicias, pues tiene buena librería el NES.
Imagine combining the block puzzle solving mechanics of Tetris with the Mario-themed imagery and a medical twist. Well, let me introduce you to Dr. Mario. This game replaces Tetris blocks with viruses and dresses Mario in a lab coat, adding charm to an already wickedly fun gameplay experience. What we learnt in the early days of gaming is that adding Mario to anything is a great way to sell cartridges, and also discs for a little bit. And then cards. Really anything Nintendo puts out. Adventure Island.
Pues fíjate que Doctor Mario pues podría entrar en un top 30. Pues es buen juego, pero como lo digo nuevamente, pues si hay buena competencia.
2. Although 3 Adventure Island games were released for the NES, the second installment stands out as one of the most refined and, in my own personal opinion, entertaining. I mean, look at the little dinosaur boy go. Look at all those little mounts. Look at that map. Ah, so good. The platforming is precise, and the new inventory system adds a welcomed layer of depth. The game introduced features that would go on to be used in Donkey Kong Country and be mainstays of that series. Some say without Adventure Island, there would be no Donkey Kong. I'm lying, nobody's ever said that. I just don't know how to transition to the next entry. Let's go. Excite by.
Adventure Island 2, ponerlo. Pues me acuerdo que Mundo N y creo que Harm habían puesto el 3. Yo insisto, no creo que sería en top 25.
Choosing the best racing game on the NES was no simple task. I'm lying, it's so easy because Excite Bike is the absolute shit. Riding motorcycles is undeniably fun. The side-scrolling action and epic wipeouts add a tension to the experience that is unmatched on the console. Excite Bike may well have also been the first game to ever feature a level editor, allowing racers to create their own levels and create their own experience. Dragon Quest.
Poner a X-Bike, pues sí es un juego que podría entrar en un top 25. Sí, es bastante bueno.
3. With its expansive world and surprisingly deep story, Dragon Quest III holds strong as a fantastic JRPG experience, even by today's standards, and with the 11 main series games, it still stands as one of the best. Beyond its innovations, the game's stunning pixel art and delightful soundtrack perfectly capture the era's charm, even as it pushed beyond contemporary boundaries. Having a game on the NES that could easily pass as a good experience on the SNES shows you just how good this 80s classic is. Ninja Gaiden.
Dragon Quest 3 siento que lo pusieron muy bajo, pero pues está dentro del top y estoy de acuerdo.
Ninja Gaiden introduced many to the concept of a truly fluid action game. It truly is Ghost of Tsushima on the NES. With seamless controls and unrestricted movements, you could maneuver and strike with the swiftness of a ninja. It truly is Rise of the Ronin on the NES. Despite this fluidity, the game remained notoriously difficult. It truly is Sekiro Shadows Die Twice on the NES. I'm either really lazy or slightly racist. Please tell people I'm lazy. DuckTale.
Fíjate que sí entra en el top Ninja Gaiden, pero yo lo pondría más arriba, obviamente. Pero hasta el momento va bien el top. En el orden no tanto.
Given that DuckTales wasn't strictly an action show, a game adaptation had many potential directions. Would it take the route of The Mask and draw cartoon violence from the source material, or would it go the way of Home Alone and focus on platforming? Capcom opted for a unique hop and bop approach, combining both elements. As Scrooge McDuck, you use your cane as a pogo stick to defeat enemies. While the platforming was solid, the real joy lay in treasure hunting. It's a blast to play and has a warm place in our hearts. Kirby's Adventure.
DuckTales, bueno, como le hemos dicho, siempre entra en algún top. Gran joya de cuanto Disney sea buenos juegos.
Released in 1993, Kirby's Adventure is one of the later entries on the NES, and it takes full advantage of what developers had learned about the console to showcase some impressive technical feats. The game introduced Kirby's ability to consume enemies and adopt their powers, a mainstay in the lore of Kirby and abilities Kirby continues to show off to this day. Although not particularly challenging, it remains entertaining throughout, and isn't that the main goal anyway? Kid Icarus.
Pues yo a Kirby lo pondría más arriba y a Kid Icarus un poquito más abajo, pero ambos quedan.
River City Ransom. Some might know this game based on its very famous hacked version that circulated illegally, City Pimps. Many who've played this goofy experience don't even realize why its gameplay is so good, and that's because it's just a reskinned version of River City Ransom. In River City Ransom, upgrading your character through food and items is as central to the game as the fighting itself. When the fists start flying, it turns into a wild brawl, making full use of its expressive art style. It's one of the few games where you can even use the second player as a weapon. Punch-Out. The game we love to hate.
River City, donde sale Alex. El otro no me acuerdo cómo se llamaba, pero pusieron un buen juego. Es divertido, es un buen beat it up con temáticas de RPG. Y vaya que en Japón esa franquicia, el de Kunio-kun, pues sí pegó bastante.
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was a masterpiece for mastering, taking on round after round of incredibly specific fighters, creating an experience that encouraged replayability and Souls-like difficulty. I've never made it to Mike Tyson, and let me tell you something, that fight is harder than any Elden Ring boss you'll ever take on. Contra.
Sí, pusieron un buen top a Punch-Out. No hay mucho que decir. Y tampoco del Contra.
Final Fantasy. Released the same year as Contra was the JRPG legend that started one of the most successful series of all time, Final Fantasy. If you love RPGs, there's much to discover about the genre's history and plenty to enjoy by dedicating some hours to the original game. Admittedly, I tried to play it and it was genuinely too hard for me, but I'm a little baby, and you're a damn adult. Go for it. Tetris.
Pusieron muy alto el Final Fantasy. La verdad es buen juego, se inició una buena franquicia. La verdad es de mis franquicias favoritas. Pero, pues la verdad, Dragon Quest en la época del NES era mucho mejor.
comes to influential and well-known games, not many can reach the same status as Tetris. Tetris is the quintessential puzzle game, and the game everyone thinks they're brilliant at until they see competitive players and realize they actually suck terribly. It remains one of the purest and greatest games of all time, achieving legendary status compared to the timeless classics that have endured for centuries. Remade, reworked, and available right now on your phone, this game slaps. Mega Man 2.
Pues sí, Mega Man, como digo, yo pondría más el 3, la verdad.
With more than 50 entries, Mega Man is a titan of a series.
Y hablando de Tetris, pues sí, merece un top tan alto, también en Mega Man, pero digo, se me hizo más significativo y se me hace mejor a mí Mega Man 3 que Mega Man 2. Para iniciar, agregaron todavía más cosas. Te puedes enfrentar con la mitad de jefes en Mega Man 3 que en Mega Man 2. Y está la historia de Proto Man. Y tiene más funciones.
Duck Hunt. It pains me to attach the worst dog in gaming history to this entry of best NES games, but it's undeniable that Duck Hunt from 1984 is not only one of the best NES entries, but one of the most influential testing grounds for Nintendo's future, setting up tech that would be used on the Wii and even the Nintendo Switch. Duck Hunt offers simple, enjoyable gameplay that anyone could pick up and play. I have fond memories of shooting ducks with my grandpa way back in 1997, 13 years after the game's release.
El buen Don Hawk y el perro castroso. Buenos tiempos. Sí, yo lo pondré en un top, definitivamente. De hecho, está uno en el top 25. No lo pondría tan alto, como digo. Hay muchos juegos muy buenos de la librería del NES. Y pues, a ver si ahora se pueden replicar en emulador la pistola para Dog Hunt o algún otro modo.
Castlevania 3: Dracula's Curse. Here's one that will split the fans, as many would argue that Castlevania 1 should take this spot, while others would contest that the third entry is the best of these two options. And because I sit in the latter camp and I'm not a professional, we're picking the third game for this spot. Castlevania 3 retains much of the original style and control. It introduces branching routes, multiple characters to recruit and partner with, and a greater variety of obstacles and challenges. Overall, it's a fantastic sequel, and maybe better than the first, depending who you are. Metroid.
Sí, coincido con Wells Mojo. Muy buen top puso el Castlevania y también la Metroid.
Completely understand why some people don't enjoy the original Metroid, as its unforgivable gameplay systems can be off-putting at first. However, if you can adjust to the initial difficulty Metroid presents, there's a whole lot to enjoy here. It's a challenging game with excellent progression, and let's not forget just how highly influential it was to the gaming world, with its exploration formula having a significant impact on the console, and even later consoles. It may be hard to get into today, but it's still worthwhile. Don't be a pussy. The Legend of Zelda.
Pues sí, Metroid no lo pondría tan alto, tal cual, pero es que en un Metroid en NES, cuanto fue sus inicios, fue un antes y un después. Obviamente que sí es bueno el primero, pero pues con el remake, pues definitivamente juegan el remake 1000 veces. Es como el Metroid 2 del Game Boy. Pues está el remake, pues mejor juega el remake, está mucho mejor.
The game that launched Nintendo's most critically acclaimed franchise, the game that brought us the Little Green Legend, the game that caused more confusion about the main character's name than any other game ever created. Let's talk about The Legend of Link. It blended action, adventure, and storytelling elements in an early open-world environment that has both unforgiving and thrilling elements. While it hasn't aged as gracefully as some of the other games on our list, and Nintendo has since refined this core concept in later entries, the original still deserves recognition for what it initiated. I'm playing through it literally right now, and it is still very, very fun. Super Mario Bros.
Pues fíjate que en los tops casi siempre van a poner a Zelda y a Mario como top 1, top 2. Creo que el que le cambió un poquito, y también en mi caso, fue Mundo N, que puso el segundo lugar a Castlevania 3. No es queja, es un juegazo.
3. Most of the time, I have to separate my own personal.
Pues la verdad sí fue un buen top. Sí eligieron una buena librería. Aunque sí faltó algunos juegos. Por ejemplo, el segundo y el tercero de las Tortugas Ninja sí lo deben haber incluido. Battletoads también se debe haber incluido. También el de Batman, ese sí es bastante bueno. Siento que faltaron algunos juegos importantes, pero pues la mayoría de los juegos coinciden en casi todos los tops. Y el que sí define tal cual de que está mínimo en los top 3 es el primer Zelda, y el Mario Bros 3 es el discutible rey. Nadie te va a decir que no esté en ese top 1. Gracias por suscribirse. Ya después voy a subir mi propio top de los 25 definitivos del mes. Gracias y suscríbanse.